your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know, it's good to say I dabbled in stand-up and something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt.
I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Chrissie Mayr podcast. You can listen to this podcast, Spotify, SoundCloud, Rumble, Rockfin, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all the places. Please like and subscribe if you have not. Please subscribe on my YouTube. I am so close to 100K subs on YouTube. That's all I want for Christmas is a silver play button. I want to Oompa Loompa now. That's what I sound like. I'm so close. 99,821. So I don't do math, but that's less than 200. Oh, I think I could do it. You know who's going to help me get there? This guest, our guest today. You may have seen him on the Joe Rogan podcast. You may have seen him on this podcast. You may have seen him when we did the show together in, February or March, back in Morris Plains, the Grifties. He's all over. He's the best. Sam Tripoli.
We're in it. What's up, Chrissie? How are you? Great intro.
We both wore gray.
We both wore gray. We're color coordinating like a figure skating couple. We're doing it. You're great. You're fearless. I loved your intro. You're fearless. I hope you get to 100,000 people on YouTube, and then they won't send you a plaque because you talk about conspiracies and stuff. Maybe they will. I hope they do. I never got my plaque because they told me my content doesn't align with their values. But here's the thing.
So you don't get a plaque. Unbelievable.
Young Johnny Woodard went in and banged with the people at YouTube, and something happened. They're starting to show me a tiny bit more love. I pulled most of the edgy conspiracy stuff off of YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, I just put it on Twitter, Rumble, Substack, samtripoli.com, and I keep YouTube for more of my comedy stuff. But they've seemed to be nice. Smart. I'm at 80,000. Listen, Shane Gillis has 34 million people watching his special on YouTube. I get that. That's amazing. I got 80,000. I'm almost at 400,000 across all of the platforms, which for me is actually humongous.
For anyone, that's humongous. That's amazing.
Well, when you're shadow banned, and it's so funny because everyone hears that. They're like, you're not shadow banned. And then Johnny, my co-host, did a video of how shadow banned I am, and then I just send them that link. There you go. For the
people who are unfamiliar, how do you know that you're shadow banned, and how did you go about proving it?
Well, because like my channel, like in the glory days of YouTube, which I call 2015, I'd say. So my show will be 8 years old next month. I think it's the December 13th or 16th. I gotta look it up. So that'll be
Tinfoil Hat podcast, you guys. I credit Sam for, my God, red pilling me on so much stuff, but he planted some seeds. Yeah, I went in to talk about aliens. We ended up talking about Tom Hanks. The rest is history, and like for real opened up my mind. And then I just became more and more curious after that trip, because it was my first trip to California, to LA, and was it right at the beginning of the pandemic?
I think it was just a little bit before that. What a different time, huh?
Yeah, I think it was early March of 2020. I had booked my first headlining show in LA. I was performing at this venue called the Moroccan Lounge, which is right near, if not on Skid Row, which I didn't know anything about. I was like, oh, Skid Row sounds fun. Turns out kind of a dangerous area, but I survived.
You did. You're a survivor.
I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah. So you went on there. We talked the LA Wars, the Sky Wars, which was a big thing that everybody kind of memory hold, and you were off and running. You had, at that time, the booker of the show was Off the Grid Ryan, who's currently way off the grid,
He's even
and
more off the grid now.
He's insane. But so you came on, and the rest is history. You're fearless. But so you go, how do you know you're shadow banned? Well, so I had this content. I had a show. I had a joke where I talked about my pronouns, and my pronouns are real M word, and but I say it, and it was so funny that video. So I put it out, right? Let's say I put it out on Twitter, right? It gets 50,000 views, which, I'm like, okay, that's fine. So this twink, right? This twink, literally a twink, who had 50 followers at the time, quote tweets, it goes, I can't even. And dude, it got 14 million views.
Oh my God.
14 million views.
What did you say? And it got 14 million views?
I said, what are your pronouns, this guy? And he said, they, them. I go, you want to know my pronouns? He goes, yeah. I go, my pronouns are, because we're on YouTube, I'm not going to say, but real M word, and
that's it. Wow.
But the point of that is, it's like my channel didn't get that. His channel did. And then a black content creator on Twitter quote tweeted it, got 2 million views. I got 50,000, and it's just like I used to get 150 views. I used to have a guy who cut up all my clips. He's like, dude, the amount of views, the amount of people who watch your YouTube versus how many subscribers you have is insane. And then, so now I got, I can get up to maybe 15,000 on a video, 20 at the most. And that's why when Johnny went at it, now like my what I did was I put it so you couldn't put ads on it and kids couldn't watch it. And now they've seen to leave it alone. So now, so we're over 80,000. So that's the battle we do. Sometimes I'm like, why couldn't I just be a normal person? But it's like I can't. So that's where we're at. That's how you know you're shadow banned.
Yeah, Sam. Why can't we just, if we do it all over again, we would go back and we would just do TikToks and we would just like point at words and do choreography.
Yeah,
I could have been doing very safe mom content by now.
Yeah, right now you'd be like, Mike. But the question is, would you? I would really wonder, would I have any following at all? It's like this market that I kind of passionately love because I always talk conspiracies. I just created, because what happened was I had a storytelling podcast with a buddy, and it just ended, right? And so the next day, I was talking to a buddy of mine. I was like, I tried to do a rant show, which I can do, but it just wasn't getting traction. And I was talking, Hillary Clinton was kneecapping Bernie Sanders, and I just couldn't stop talking about with everybody. So I'm like, this should be my show. And then I decided to take the most demonized term, which is tinfoil hat. And the rest is history. So, yeah, I mean, who knows where we'd be if we didn't do this?
Yeah.
It might be even worse.
No, it's meant to be, Sam. It's I think life is hard no matter what, but you have to choose your hard. I learned that term when I was briefly a member of Weight Watchers. They were like, you and your bitches be like, oh, it's hard to eat this and that and not. And they're like, well, it's hard to be fat too. So you gotta choose your hard.
Choose your hard. Choose your hard. That should be a t-shirt you put out.
It's probably also something they say a lot in the adult industry, but I'll never forget those Weight Watchers meetings, and I just went because my friend was a leader. There would be women that would, and you meet, like, it's a support group, and there'd be women that are like, I ate a garbage bag full of popcorn. It was only 3 points, and I drank a gallon of Diet Pepsi. I'm killing it in life, and they'd still be fat. I was like, there's something wrong with these people.
Well, it's also sucks when you just have awful metabolism.
Yeah.
Like I have the metabolism of the dead. It just is. I gained weight driving before. That's a true story. I felt my belt getting tighter, and I was like, I had to undo it just so I could drive home. I mean, that's a true story, dude. So I have to regulate everything I eat. I just don't have a good metabolism. I had a buddy of mine up until recently, he had the metabolism of a crackhead. And he would literally, he could eat 4 pizzas and never gain weight. He just recently now it started to slow down because he's like 52.
Wow.
But it's like,
see, I was good all
people
day.
Don't gain weight.
I ate great all day, very healthy, and then 10 minutes before this podcast, I hit the old Halloween candy bowl a little, like just out of it, anxious, like I don't know what to do with my hands, and I don't know. Sometimes I just like panic ate a little bit.
I've done that too, dude. I did. Like I really lose the battle at night because I go all day nonstop. And I just like at night, I'm like, I'm like a shark. If I stop swimming, I die. So I go all day, and then I just this moment of stillness. I'm like, gah, 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 gah. So you just gotta pick what you eat. Like, bang out protein, dude. Just have some chicken around, shove it in your mouth, or popcorn. I know you were just talking about that, but if you just have regular, like non-buttered, non-salt popcorn, just throw it in.
Who's eating plain popcorn? What kind of a sociopath?
People who don't want to become fat fucks. That's who.
I guess. True. That's true. Yeah. And I'll tell myself while I'm panic eating the Halloween candy, like I'll just finish this off and then we'll be done. We're not gonna buy any more candy. I just don't want to look at it anymore. I'm just gonna eat it so I can get it out of the house. That's what I say. I'm doing everyone a service. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm eating it so people can't. So people won't. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Like I
that's
just
how
want
I
it
totally
gone.
see it.
But
I love Twitter.
Throw it out. Twitter's the best.
I love it.
We
Twitter
were talking
is the best.
Yesterday about having kids because Sam's a dad, I'm a mom, and a big thing in comedy with a lot of the particularly like household name female comics is that they don't have kids. And we were talking about like we kind of both came to this place where like we kind of feel bad for these women because it's just I feel like it's going to be a big regret. And I don't know, maybe it'll come sooner, maybe it'll come later. But the problem with women like Chelsea Handler is like she makes it look glamorous, but not everyone has Chelsea Handler money. So yeah.
But is it glamorous?
Why, I mean, she does a lot of skiing with her. She does a lot of skiing with her top off, Sam. That's something you can't do as a mom.
Yeah, and it's just like, if it's so glamorous, why are you doing everything you can to convince us how glamorous it is?
Yeah,
like why? Mm-hmm. Why? I mean, like, why you? Who are you trying to convince, us or you? And it's just like, I can drink vodka in the morning. Like nobody's like, oh man, I wish I could drink vodka in the morning. I don't know who it is, dude.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, I don't know. Maybe she will be happy forever like that. Maybe she'll never have a moment of like
she's happy right now.
Who knows?
It's like there's nothing more retarded than Chelsea Handler. Like the things that I heard that she's like this like social justice warrior now for the election. And it's very interesting because she seemed to die off like in terms of like getting political. Like she's very political during the Joe Biden, but we didn't hear a lot about her during the camel toe campaign, right. Which I just realized. And it's like maybe she's over it.
She could have gotten in on that $1 billion campaign spending. She should have gotten her piece.
Well, you know what they spent it on. You know what that money all went to? Paying people to go to those arena shows.
Yep, busing people to the rallies. Like, sure, they spent what, 10 million on Beyonce to not sing a song, and 5 million on Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, and over 2 million on Oprah to host that town hall meeting for her.
If I could ask one thing, I'd like to ask Tony, did you get paid to do Madison Square Garden? That's my question. So, because and if you did, it's fine. I don't care. But it just seems like the people on the right did more stuff because they wanted to, not because they were getting paid.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And it seems like the people that left is like, well, how much you pay me to do this? It's like, what?
Because no one in their right mind would induce Kamala. No one with half a brain would enthusiastically endorse her. So, and Trump is it's a populist movement. He's bringing together all types: Republicans, Democrats, whatever RFK is, libertarians.
So. Yeah, I mean, like, it wasn't necessarily that I wanted Trump to win. I just needed Kamala Harris to lose. You know, I just like this cabinet. You got this cabinet, and it's super Zionist, and I feel very bad for what's in store for the Middle East because of this cabinet of war hawk scumbags who most of them never fought in the war ever. And you go, Sam, you never fought in the war. I go, well, I'm also anti-war.
Who do you not like in the cabinet?
His choice for Mark Rubio. I mean, Mark Rubio can go back to the bathhouse for all I give a shit. I'm Mark Rubio guy. That chick that they say is his handler. What is her? Let's look at the cabinet so far.
Yeah, let me pull it up. I just set it up the other day.
Trump's cabinet. You know, and it's just like, here's my opinion on Trump and how I'm going to handle how I see. Here we go. Here's a picture of Trump's cabinet. I don't mind Matt Gaetz. You know, my girlfriend hates him. Just hates him. But I'm open-minded to. We can get into all that stuff.
Because of his boyish good looks?
Well, you know the conspiracy about him, right?
No.
That I believe he went to Florida State and they found his gay roommate dead.
What?
Yes. Gay roommate dead. So who else don't I like here? I'm not into Susan Wiles. She's a World Economic Forum crazy person. Who else? I like his border czar. He seems like absolutely crazy, which is what you
hardcore.
need for that.
Yeah,
he seems really hardcore with that. I'm trying to think who else. I do not like his UN lady, the Elsie Stefanik or whatever her name is. I don't like her. She's like, Israel gets whatever weapons they want and whatever aid, no questions asked. Get the fuck out of here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You know, like the chick from I believe it's either North Dakota or South Dakota, Chrissie Mayr, she passed anti-Semitism laws. Like, what? Like, how can you as the government pass laws that infringe on speech? That is literally the violation of the First Amendment. And guys, I'm telling you this right now, everybody listening in the chats and listening to this, because I always see how many people you have watching your live streams. You do awesome, Chrissy. I'm always impressed. You get big numbers. Shucks. I'm sorry. Was that weird? I was trying to be positive. You do. I always like, wow, man, she's getting a lot of viewers. That's impressive. I think that the First Amendment is the most important law in the world. Because our First Amendment allows everyone in the world to hear the truth. They come to us for the truth.
I never realized how influential the United States was in terms of free speech. It's just the ripple effect is incredible. How many other countries take their cues from us?
No, I'm like, dude, these other countries, they're like nightly news is about our politics. I couldn't tell you any name of any position anywhere outside of Trudeau's a piece of shit, and he's the prime minister of, I think, Canada. That's it. Yeah, he's a scumbag. And now that, follow me on YouTube, please, for the love of God.
Please,
somebody follow me. Be my friend.
You're up to 145K on YouTube. Let's get him to 200K.
Oh, I would give anything for that. But Johnny, like I said, Johnny went to war with YouTube, and it seems to be moving a little bit because, like I would do Rogan and like, oh, dude, I did Rogan. It's got 10 million views on like the listens and all that stuff and 1,000 followers on Instagram. You're like, what?
Yes, because you didn't you do Rogan like right after Trump?
No, when me then Trump, I kicked it off.
Oh my God, you warmed it up. You warmed the seat up for him.
We were Eskimo brothers. I got a T-shirt called Eskimo.
Did you
Podcast
know
Eskimo brothers?
Did you know that Trump was coming? Would he come the very next day?
Well, so I shot on Thursday. He recorded on a Friday, and I thought they were going to put my episode out on a Monday. But it ended up going out at the same time, and I get it because the lineup just became insane, right? And I think that wasn't the election the following week.
Yes.
So they had to get all these guys out real quick. So they're like, let's double up, bang, and they put it out at the same time, and so it's been a blessing.
Wow. Right. I think maybe October 25th you did it.
Yeah.
So you've done it before.
I did before. I did so the last like 2 years I've done it 3 times, which is a blessing. Because I've gone 8 years without doing it. Daddy got a little Daddy got put outside for a little while. Had to
Why?
Chill. I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. And now we're back.
Daddy's back inside.
Daddy's back inside. Thank you to Sonks for the kind words about my special. The feedback has been great. I'm very thankful.
Yes, you have a new YouTube special. Let me find it. Where it's probably on your YouTube page.
100%.
It came out 5 days ago.
I'm very excited about that.
Why is everybody getting quiet? Tell me about this special. What was your process like?
What do you mean?
For I guess writing the material. And
so here's what I do now. What I do is I try to write for 30 minutes a night. I just something in my day I try to write about it. I don't always get done. And I don't always use the jokes. Sometimes I put out hot garbage. But my new thing is to like try to take everyday things that happen to me and put it out. And I just got to the point because I'd done a COVID special called No Lives Matter. And it was like shot on an iPhone. And it was just like meant to be this underground like kind of video that I really loved. So this had been baking for about 2 years. And like, I shoot specials when I'm over my material.
Yeah. And that makes sense.
Forces me to write a whole.
Out.
Yeah. Just shit out. Now the blessings are that 2 of the jokes that I shot at the end of this did make this special because I felt they weren't baked enough. And now I have this bit about how everybody's retarded. That's just crushing right now. So. And I just rip everybody. It's my one bit where like everybody gets it. So it's like if you think I'm picking on you, I'm not. I'm picking on literally everybody in this bit. So
that's the best part about the current year is that we can say retarded again, and
we can say
retarded.
We could say, we say. I mean, we're on YouTube, so we can
say the N-word.
You can say the M-word. You're going to have a weird reaction to it sometimes still. But, here's my opinion on the M-word. I don't call black people the M-word. I think the M-word is stupid. I get approached by people I love that get in, like, hey, I saw your Twitter, you retweeted N-word. I go, so? I called myself the M-word. So? What is your point? Why? You can't be racist against yourself. That's called depression. Okay, so it's nothing, and like it's just like the left has become the right in a weird way. Back in the day, where I would go on the road and I'd just say the word Jesus, and they would just shut down. They would just shut down. They didn't want to hear the context of the joke. And that's how it is for these buzzwords. They just get, but yeah, if a black comic goes up there and says it as a noun, an adjective, and a verb, they can't stop laughing at it.
Oh,
because in reality, they love the word. They love it. They love it. Tony
it's a
Rock
funny word.
It's a funny word, and I just want to call my boys the M word all the time.
The juice has to be worth the squeeze on it, though, and it's up to you as the individual to know how it comes off for you, what you look and sound like saying it, and what kind of response you're gonna get, and if that's something you're comfortable with, right?
Yes. Well, it has to be like you're gonna say it, and there's gonna be weird reaction to it, no matter how it goes. But you have to be okay with coming with something right after it to bring them back. But listen, dude, I'm a weird comic. I don't have any problems with losing the crowd. I have no problems with going up there, talking shit, losing them, and then bringing them back because I think comedy is meant to be thought-provoking. I don't think comedy's meant to, we're in a very much what I call a pop comedy phase. Mark Zuckerberg has his thumb on the competitive balance of comedy on Instagram, what they'll allow everybody to see, what they won't allow people to see. The two videos that I've done that have gone really big are all where I talk controversial shit because the algorithm knows it's going to cause chaos. So it just lets it flourish. But when I do simple stuff, nope. But they'll let some comics get away with some stuff and other comics can't. I think that's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I think it's funny because we just came off of obviously Trump won. Everyone is happy. And Trump had the Madison Square Garden rally where he had Tony Hinchcliffe I guess he opened, because I remember we were eating dinner and I'm like, that guy on stage looks like Tony Hinchcliffe, but there's no way that would be him. This is a Trump rally. Like, I didn't know Tony to be particularly political. And certainly not somebody who I was like, oh yeah, he loves Trump. Like some of us wear it on our sleeve. And then turns out it was him, and he told the joke about Puerto Rico and like not even about Puerto Ricans, the island of Puerto Rico, being a floating island of garbage, whatever. He gets shit for it. He doesn't apologize, which I respect. And but apparently there were press releases written ready to go in case Trump lost. Waiting to blame it on him. Which is fun.
Yeah, everybody was laughing about that with Tony's torpedo. Trump, but Trump has said crazier shit. So it's like the people that like Trump like it raw, like it real. They like shooting from the hip. They don't like everybody's a racist, anybody's anti-Semitic, everybody's sexist. That's who they want. They want shit talking, right? They just want shit talking, and that's okay, and that's great. And Tony, Tony. The first time Tony started to get canceled, which was the Asian bit, he got advice from everybody. But I've always told him, dude, never apologize, because it doesn't matter. They're not really looking for you to play nice. They just want your head on a stake.
Yep. They want you to never perform again.
They just want to annihilate you so they could go around acting like they've done something with their fucking life.
Yes.
And they've done nothing with their life. That was my whole thing with Crystalia and all these people going on taking out Crystalia. I'm like, you know what's going to happen when this all blows over? You're going to be in the exact same place doing nothing. And I stand by that. I mean, like, dude, Crystalia is at worst Jerry Seinfeld. Okay. Seinfeld,
and by that you mean dates younger women. but not.
Well, Seinfeld was on the cover of People magazine with his high school girlfriend. Everyone's like, those titties aren't 17, and everyone's like, oh, he's a crazy guy. Oh my God, crazy guy. And then Chris, people like, oh, and like, I have a daughter. You think I like that shit? But it's like, it's just rules for thee, not for me, and it's just crazy ass shit. Yeah. And it's just like everyone like instantly taking that guy down. And it's just like, because there's this whole thing where people think if they get rid of everybody, they can move up the ladder.
Yes.
And no, the only way you move up the ladder is if you take a spot. And right now, LA comedy doesn't realize. You ever hear Ricky Gervais say the problem with stupid people is they don't know they're stupid?
Yes.
That's LA comedy. LA comedy.
I at least know I'm stupid, so I'm.
You're not stupid. You
people.
Crush. LA comedy doesn't know it sucks.
They don't know they're irrelevant, right? I mean, I think a lot of them ended up moving to Austin, hoping to sniff Joe Rogan's farts. Yeah.
The what?
So hoping to sniff Joe Rogan's farts.
He is the sun, dude. He is the sun. He's the sun, dude. There's a gravitational force around him. You go to that mothership, you can just go off and people love it. So it's great. I think it's great. I think Joe Rogan practices abundance. He helps a lot of people. You listen to like Miss Pat, like totally helped him. It's just so crazy. People calling him racist. He's got a black daughter. I mean, it's like, what are we talking about?
People are ridiculous, and again, they're just jealous of success. And what people don't realize is like there is a success is unlimited. It's not like there's a finite amount that if like, well, these 5 of my friends have become successful, now there's nothing left over for me. It's like no. It's exactly what you said. It's like you take your spot, you dig out a spot for yourself.
Listen, I always say this all the time. Okay. Yeah, there's too many podcasts. Guess what? There's not enough good podcasts. There's always room for more great podcasts. People are addicted to their phones. They're addicted to everything. There's enough for you. And like, yeah, I'm sure that I've lost people on my show because they went and listened to guest show instead of my show. I'm sure I've lost some, but I guarantee you, helping others helps you rise above. So that's kind of how I live my life. Help everybody, bring as many people on as I can. And that's kind of how I live my life. And I think Joe Rogan's done that. The Tree of Rogan has a ton of millionaires on it.
Wow. Yeah. And he just like, I don't know. He's a great guy. I'm happy that he's blown up the way that he has, and he has dealt with a lot of bullshit. A lot of people try to take him down, and he's like a tree. He just stands strong. What is it like?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you think there's any FBI informants in the comedy scene?
Ooh. Like as comedians?
Like they're comedians, but they I'm not asking you name names.
I think I know what you're talking about, because I think the last time we talked, it came up.
Oh, did we? Did we already talk about this?
And now that I don't think so. I'm not on the show, and I have this person in mind. So I'm not going to say who, but let's say there was a stand-up comedian that was an FBI informant. Why would they need to be there? What would their purpose be? How would they come? Do you know what I mean? Like, are you an FBI informant first who learns stand-up comedy, or do the feds get to a comic who's vulnerable and use them?
I think it's the second one.
Okay.
Why? I like at the Comedy Store at the height of, let's say before COVID. COVID comes in what time? 2000, 2001. So we're
COVID?
talking
2020.
COVID 2020. So before that, the Comedy Store was the mecca of comedy and podcasts, 2 cultural, like just mainstays, like comedy and podcasting. Why wouldn't you have FBI informants in there? And what is the purpose of any FBI informant?
To see what people are talking about.
See what people are talking about, who's got what going on, and to kind of move the movement in certain ways.
How could someone move the movement in a certain way? How could one person?
I mean, There was the Me Too movement. There was the cancel culture movement. There was, filthy comedy movement. There's, the war between men and women movement. There's a bunch of movements. There was the I'm just gonna keep saying the same cancel culture leading, calling for people to get canceled.
That was a big one. Yeah, the Me Too was big, and that
I
leaked
mean,
over. It was a big Hollywood movement, which of course really leaked into the LA scene.
like this guy said, social social engineering. Brian Callen is not a Fed. Brian Callen would love to be a Fed. He's not
his
a Fed.
friend.
Yeah. Brian Callen would love to be a Fed. It would be
He really has the look of it. Like his head and his hair, very Fed like.
Yeah, he looks like the guy Jason. What's the guy? The transporter. What's his name? Jason Statham. He looks like.
Yeah.
I always tell him, it's like, you should have done a movie, a comedy version of the transporter.
His head, it's all about head shape in Brian Callen.
I mean, like, look at this. Like the question, it's like, I can talk about certain people. Like, what do you think about Kevin Hart? Like, Kevin Hart used to be everywhere. Now he's not. After this P. Diddy shit comes out, and I've had big name people.
He's been quiet for a while.
Scene talk to me, go, dude, what do you think about that? Oh, he's right there at those parties.
And that's why he blew up.
I mean, dude, I met Kevin Hart. I haven't talked to him in 15 years. I'd say 20 years. But man, when the last time I saw him, nicest dude. I'm sure times are different. He wasn't the guy he was now, right? But bro, that guy, I mean, everywhere, doing everything, right? And when you watch his kind of his rise up, his early days, everything was failing. Like they were, like it was not going well. And then he does this Shaq thing and he blows the fuck up. I'm just saying, it's kind of weird.
That is interesting. So how would somebody act like a Fed that would make you go, maybe it's this person, maybe it's that person? Is it is it like an insincerity to the person?
Well, what? There could be a bunch of things that go on. Like, if you give this guy and we're not just talking one person, we're talking anybody that might be a Fed. Let's go back to the 60s, right? I mean, all that counterculture movement was an intelligence operation. They all were. All those bands were military brats or think tank creations. Even to the Beatles have like connections to Tavistock or however you pronounce that. Has connections to all that. The Doors, right? Someone in the comments just said the Doors. I mean, look at that, dude. Like, Jim Morrison's dad was involved in the Gulf of Tonkin. The Laurel Canyon Studios, all these military brats, the kids of the military were just put in bands and put out there and pushing a certain narrative.
I would be the worst Fed. I would just be like, they would probably give me like initiatives and stuff. Like, oh, you got to work on this, or like, round up the right wingers or whatever. And I'd be like, no, I want to tell dick jokes. I want to just say retarded as much as I can. And I want to make fun of women and feminism. I would be the worst. I would be the worst Fed.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like, I've seen comics who came in really early on and they were like just edgy and dark, and then something happens, they get a call, and then everything's like, what's up with Starbucks?
Oh no,
Starbucks is weird, am I right? And then it's like, take off,
and they got boring.
And then, dude, you just get into this thing where it's like, okay, what is the game? Well, the game is they get these huge platforms, and then they can platform other people that fit what they're asked to push.
Right. They'd be the type of person to like interview Kamala Harris or whoever they need.
Right. Or it's like, let's get into P. Diddy. Like, P. Diddy was pushed, obviously an intelligence operation. And what is he doing? He's pushing this gangbanger movement, right? Like which is a huge detriment to the black culture, convincing them that gangbanging is the way to go. And that their culture is their heritage, and it's not. So that's how you get into it. You push
You
certain
convince people
narratives
that J-Lo is dateable when we all know she's not.
well, dude, I mean, like, it's so crazy to me how like all of the most annoying celebrities are literally like just involved in this P. Diddy and this Jeffrey Epstein shit. You're like, you are so annoying. Like, there's J-Lo is just a fame whore, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Just a fame whore. And like,
whore with
she's not
great
even singing
skin.
her songs.
Yeah. She's from the block. A couple super chats came in. James Jameson. Sam, have you apologized to Owen yet? CM, do miss one, please. Oh, he looking like a man. Oh, he made me take the bus home. I could do it better. I just have to like.
Your Asian is fire.
Oh, he looking like a man.
It's good that we can do racist stereotypes now. It's good
Yellow
to be
face.
back.
Yeah.
Why should Asian comics only have to do that?
Why should they have all the fun?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Did you have beef with Owen over something?
Nah. I wish him well. He's great.
Okay. Rhinoceros, since Sam is here, quick question. Have your thoughts changed regarding Credo Mutwa? And yes, I remember you bringing it up on Death Squad back in the day. Tinfoil activated.
No, I don't know what that is. What is Credo Mutwa? I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, explain a little bit more.
Sorry, Rhinoceros. You'll have to spend more money. Magnum North, one scoop of ice cream equals whole bucket. Another note, Chelsea pretends to be happy in a land of pretenders. Oh, that's
I
true.
agree. It's like she's always gonna have money. She made so much money, but like, what is that money worth?
What can it buy you after you've bought all of the nice clothes and you have a nice house and a nice car?
Banged all the black guys. What's left?
Sam, there's always a new black guy.
There's always a new black.
Hope. Yeah.
New black.
Matthew Hammond, make retarded great again. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm really trying. Adam Choit, if Puerto Rico gets cleaned up now, Trump should give Tony an award for his environmental activism and bringing light to the issue. Exactly. I had no idea that Puerto Rico had this problem until he mentioned it in his set.
Yeah, I mean, they got problem garbage. It's got wrecked by probably most likely weather engineering.
Yep, like Hawaii.
Yep. I mean, these are giant land grabs by these rich assholes to take land without having to pay out. They did it in Paradise. Yep. I mean, I'm going to Cancun to do comedy at a jiu-jitsu tournament. Jiu-jitsu overdose. It's Eddie Bravo's. Go to jujitsuoverdose.com. I mean, dude, Cancun got wrecked. So we'll see how that goes.
All the nicest places. You never hear about places. Like, I don't know, North Dakota.
No, there was one in Montana.
Oh.
There were some fires in Montana.
Damn. Montana's nice too. Stan, the one and only. Sam is my tinfoiled hairy ass lesbian lover.
Hell yeah, dude. Let me get in them guts, dog.
Junior, what does Sam think happens to InfoWars and Alex Jones? Right, the last I heard about it is that I guess Alex was able to stop the sale somehow because he proved that they kind of took it away, sort of willy-nilly.
The whole trial's a sham. It's all to get people to shut up because they don't want people looking into these false flag stuff. Not saying that nobody died. Obviously, somebody died. But it's just they're trying to silence people. That's what all this stuff's about, is like silencing people questioning the government. Right. You know, it's like, why did everybody in Newton get their houses paid off? You know, it's just crazy. It's super nuts. And I think Alex Jones was set up.
That makes sense. Yeah. They want to do their operations. They have their motive. They want to make a certain type of change in the world. And if people pull out the rug from under them, then they're not going to achieve their goal.
False flags are mysticism to manipulate energy to get you to manifest, to allow them to do what they want, which is to take your guns, right? That's what they really want. And it's just super crazy to me. Like, and even his lawyer, like, kind of threw him under the bus by sending documents to the prosecutors or the other team's lawyer. So it was a sham. The whole thing was a sham, and I think it's done. Dumb. I think the whole thing's dumb. Problem, reaction, solution. Yep.
Yeah, because it's Alex Jones. It's not like people need to follow InfoWars wherever he goes. I mean, the day they thought they were moving out of there, he had his Alex Jones Network Twitter, and he got 100,000 followers like it was nothing. He was broadcasting on his other network. He just hit the ground running. So it's like, you're not going to stop him. He's always going to be broadcasting. And he was right about so many things. He can't really be delegitimized at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's right about everything. And, you have people out there always say he's like controlled opposition or whatever, but I mean, he's right about everything. So what do we care?
Mm-hmm.
He's right about everything. I mean, the whole thing before was that he was like, he wouldn't talk about Zionism. Now he's talking about it. So it's just like, I don't know what the issue is. A lot of people bring up that his whole family was intelligence. He talks about it. And a lot of these people in the right have intelligence. They talk about their family being intelligent. So, Tucker Carlson was like that. And, so it's interesting, Elon Musk is a defense contractor. He's the biggest, Pentagon defense contractor in the world. Nobody talks about that. So here's the whole thing with this election. Here's my opinion. I expect the worst, hope for the best, right? That's kind of how I am. I'm in karate stance. I'm not going to go gung-ho running into it like with excitement. I'm 52 years old. I have yet to be let down by a politician, so I don't see why any of that would change. But I am putting out hope that's going to work out, because we don't have to crash this car, right? And Trump can have a legacy of a guy who saved the country. That is on the plate for him. He can be one of the greatest presidents of all time if he stops what's going on. People don't understand tariffs. You just have dumbasses out there trying to cry about it. It's going to go, the cost's going to go on to you. It's like, then we're not going to buy their products. Okay. So I saw this guy put out this stupid ass tweet, and he was like, okay, this is how bad tariffs are. Let's say a company makes a t-shirt for $20 in China. Nobody's making t-shirts for $20 in China. They're making them for $1. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they're coming here and they're selling them for $40, which means they're making $39 profit. When here, they could make it, let's say, for $15. So if you give a tariff of $10 on that product, you incentivize them just to make it here instead of going over there. Now, at first, companies will be losing a little bit of profit, but in the long haul, they will make more money because more people in America will have more jobs to buy more money.
Right.
Okay. Like before the Clintons.
Good to buy American.
Yeah, there was a time where everything was made here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's just like, remember before Clinton? Everyone could own a house. Your father could work one job. Your mom could stay home, take care of the family on one job. You remember those days? Oh, we couldn't do that anymore. We could totally do that again. It's crazy to me. It's crazy that the left is freaking out about tariffs when they're supposed to be pro-union. Like, this is more jobs in America. People just have no clue, dude.
When did the left stop becoming pro-union?
When they pro-worker, anti-war? Well, like... Dude, the Clintons ruined that whole thing. As much as like moments of like the Gulf of Tonkin, the assassination of JFK, 9/11, these are great moments. Another great, huge moment was Hillary Clinton stealing the primary from Bernie Sanders, which destroyed the Democratic Party. So they just said we're just going to go towards all the war hawks and the corporate guys that try to get all that money. And it's crazy what they've done. People have no clue what the Democrats did. All that BLM, all that Antifa rioting, when people gave money to BLM, do you know where that money went to? Act Blue. Do you know where Act Blue sent that money? To the Democrats. Do you know where a lot of what the Ukraine did with a lot of the after we sent this money to the Ukraine, after the military industrial complex got a giant chunk of it, and then the rest went to the Ukraine after Zelensky and his scumbag friends took a big part. You know what they did with that money? They went to FTX and they bought FTX crypto. And FTX turned around.
Right. Wasn't Sam, what's his last name? Sam Freeman Banks. Wasn't he like, he was like one of the biggest
donors to the DNC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Money laundering, dude.
Wow. That's insane. So you really think when they kneecapped Bernie, that was the end of the Democratic Party because he was pro,
as we knew it,
and they had nowhere to go but be obsessed with war and double down on the trans stuff. Although that didn't really pop up. I don't know. They didn't seem to go hard on that till really, I think Obama's second term.
Listen, my whole thing is we got rid of all of the Marx, like we did a real blow to Marxism in America. We next have to do a big blow to Zionism. We got to get the Zionists out of the Republican Party. Listen,
what is a Zionist? I know I should know this already. I just I guess they don't care enough.
The Zionist is the belief that the Jews have to have their own homeland, which is fine. I don't care, but that is the initial presentation, right? The initial presentation. But below it is this desire to just completely and utterly have Jewish supremacy. So your average friends, your Jewish friends, they think it's just about the Jews having a homeland, which is fine. But it's like climate change, right? What are you sold on? You're sold on that we're trying to save the planet. But what it's really about is completely destroying your economy and destroying all your rights. That's what it's really about.
And nobody can afford an electric car.
Yep. 100%. So it's like whatever is presented, okay, like feminism. Feminism is presented as women should have equal rights. I think most people agree with that. Okay. But what it really is a depopulation movement to destroy our people having children
and destroy marriage. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and this misery loves company. These old chicks who fell for it, just lying to young chicks. Oh yeah, you're gonna love it. Box wine and cats, and it's the best. I can do whatever.
That's the feminism starter kit: box wine and a cat.
Yeah, box wine and a cat, and the phone just stops ringing. And it's not that people don't love you. It's just as you get older, your world gets smaller, and if you don't have people in your life, you're lonely.
Yeah, true.
Like you have a kid, like that kid is your world now. That kid's going to grow up and you're going to have that kid in your life. And now your energy goes into teaching that kid how to be the best person he could be. That becomes a big part of your life. You don't worry about the little stupid things anymore as much as you used to because it's not your focus anymore. And it's like, you make fun of the old guy at the bar, but that's really it. The old guy at the bar, like, why are you at the bar? Oh, you don't have a family? You're like, right. Yeah, you're just trying to find connection.
Why are you at the bar, Stuttering John? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he would just come on my tweets. He would just tweet me about how much smarter he is than me. And it's just like, John, what are you talking about? I'm illiterate. You're not funny. Neither of us are doing well.
You're doing well, Sam.
No, I am. But he would make jokes about that. It just makes me laugh. So yeah, that's where it's at. It's crazy, person. But it's like, Jews are great. I love Jews. Jews are wonderful people. Some of my favorite people to ever exist were Jewish. My
They're
girlfriend
fun.
Dana.
They're feisty. They help with taxes.
They're just, dude, I couldn't imagine a world without them. Like my girlfriend, Mitzi Shore, Jewish. Without the Shore family, I don't know where I'd be. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I love JC more than I love organized religion. I'm into JC, not into any of the other stuff. All Jews. Love Jews. Love Jews.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Like
love his movies. Love his movies. You know? Yeah, I mean, so it's like I'm not anti-Semitic. It's just like I can't. I have a 4-year-old kid. I have 2 4-year-old kids. They're 4.5 years old, and I see like Israelis like arresting 4-year-olds and throwing them in jail. I just can't sit here and say I can't sit here and I don't care what happens to my career. You can kill my
being
career.
Anti-Semitic? Why would they arrest the 4-year-old?
There are people mad. I know there are people that are mad, and that I know they are, and I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm always anti-war, and one side has all the weapons and is slaughtering the other side. I'm anti all that, and I'm just not going to be shut up. And if nobody comes on my show, nobody wants to do my shows, or nobody wants me to do their shows, so be it. I don't give a shit.
Do you really think that that's something that's holding you back, or that you're being judged unfairly for?
Nobody's holding me back. I'm my own man. I'm Boba Fett, lone assassin. But, just like, there's people that don't want to work with me or don't want me playing at their clubs or any of that stuff. I will gladly take that bullet because I'm just not going to sit here while watching just people just get slaughtered. And that's not just Palestine. It's like Yemen. It's the Congo. It doesn't have to be like this. It just doesn't. We're just letting a small group of greedy fucks of all religions, okay, just do nasty, awful things to other people. Not going to put up with it. Sorry, can't do it.
Are there like clubs in particular you feel like have sort of you've fallen out of touch with, or do you feel like you're?
I do feel like there's people, whether it's my desire to call out progressives for being retards, my stance on Israel. Yeah, I do think there's people that don't want to do shows with me and don't want to come out and do my shows. I do believe that. And I'm okay with that.
Are these more like LA sort of Hollywood types, or your old friends, or like we
a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. I 100% believe that. And that's okay. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and apologize for things. I mean, like, we could go deep dives into it right now, and I'll tell you why. It's just October 7th was a false flag, and was a 100% for a false flag.
Why do you think that? I don't know. I don't really know like very much about it.
Hold on one second. Let me just find this thing.
We got a couple of rhinoceros again. What happened to deport them all?
Well, I mean, like, what is he talking about? Like, dude, we haven't even got to the administration. I have no problems with people coming to the country. I really don't. I love, yeah. I mean, dude, when you have Venezuela's crime has plummeted because they took all their criminals and sent them to us.
They're all here. They're all here. They're offing all of our best runners. This is why don't run at night. Don't do it until the illegals have been deported. Don't run.
Well, I have a joke about that. It's like, why are women even running at night still? It's like, I'm sorry, that's the plot. How many seasons of Law and Order do we need before you realize that's not a good idea?
Why are you running at all? Period. It's not good for your boobs. Number one,
it's not.
It's not great for your boobs. I think it makes them sag. It's not good for your knees.
They're giggling so much.
Yeah. I don't think it's good for your boobs. I'm gonna have to find the science to back that up, but that's where I'm at.
I'm sure it's out there.
Let me get to the point. Let's roll another joint and turn the radio loud. I'm too alone to be proud. You don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels to be me.
Love me. I love that song.
Tom Petty.
I love that song. I love it.
I should have sang it the right way. So you think October 7th was a false flag? Interesting.
Yeah. Yes.
In order to do what? In order to like.
Do you ever watch videos on your show?
Yes. Sometimes.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see some. Give me 1 second. You don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels to
play some
be
waiting
me.
Do.
Hold on 1 second. So, do you ever watch videos on your show?
Sometimes.
So I have a quick. This is 14 minutes. Is that too long for you? If it is, that's fine.
Where's it from?
It's Ben Swan.
Okay.
It breaks down October. It just breaks down all of it, dude. October 7th. But I'll just tell you, okay, real quick. We don't have to watch it.
Give us the cliff notes.
Basically, what happens is for a year out, Israel and the IDF were told by multiple countries that that Hamas was going to pull something. They had settlers who lived on the border saying Hamas is training for something. You had IDF soldiers who were on the border trying to alert people that they were up to something. They were told, shut up. If you bring this up again, you'll be court-martialed and you'll be thrown into jail. You'll be put on trial and thrown into jail. Okay. The day that it happens, the similar to 9/11, Israel sends their number one terrorist group, their number one terrorist fighting or department or whatever you call them, to the other side of Israel. Okay. So here comes the big thing. Do you know the night before on October 6th, they moved the concert closer to the border?
Wow. Why would they do that?
So there's a couple things. If you guys ever want to read these things, I'm going to put this in the chat right here. I'm going to join the chat. And I'll put, okay, connect. Here we go. Here, hold on 1 second. I'm going to put this in the chat. Man, this is a lot of shit. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
No, that's how about do.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this all in the chat. Here we go.
Putting it in
Put it
the
in the chat, and I'll put this into our chat so you can see it. If you study any of the things I just put in our private chat and in the main chat, these are basically studies that were put together, reports, studies, programs, plans. Study the Clean Break report, which was done by Netanyahu. Study the strategy for a new Israel in the 1980s. Project for a New American Century. The Mass Hannibal Directive and the Daya Doctrine. These are their literal projects that they're working on right now. It's called Gaza 2035, the Ben Gurion Canal Project, and the Greater Israel Project. Those are all plans to expand Israel. That's why they don't want to negotiate about the hostages, because they don't care. The Mass Hannibal Directive is Israel has decided instead of trying to get back any hostages, they're just going to kill everybody.
Wow.
Yes. And the Daya Doctrine is overwhelming response to demoralize the enemy. So that's why they've actually annihilated so many people in Gaza, because they want to emotionally and mentally destroy them to turn them against their leaders. And it's blown up in their face. But that's the whole thing. So people can hate me and they can say whatever they want. I love everybody. I'm a lover. But at the end of the day, I'm just anti-war, and I think we're witnessing a genocide.
Damn. Is
that too much? I feel like
no. I'm gonna look into these things because I just like I feel like I'm kind of maxed out on like things to care about, but
I get that, but this is the only thing. You have a son, right? He is not even a year old right now.
Mm-hmm.
They are trying to pull us into a multi-faced World War III.
Yeah, that I care about.
These wars go for 20 years.
Jeez.
Right. this is what we're talking about. It's like this is being pushed by a bunch of fucking lizard people who just want to bring death and destruction to everybody. That's my whole thing. At the end of the day, it's like, what can you focus on? Can you do anything? No, you look inside yourself. It's called localism. I call it, people like, oh, I'm not a globalist. I'm not a nationalist because people assume that's a Nazi. I'm a localist. I work on a local level. I care about my school boards, my city councils, and my neighbors, and everything else can get the fuck out.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good place to be.
Is
People
this
in
too
the chat.
serious? Am I too
No,
serious?
no, it's not too serious. I love serious. I have nothing to add on the Israel-Palestine thing.
I get it. It's just a weird ass. People are getting slaughtered, and Americans are really good at doing that, and it makes me sad. We've committed genocide.
What do we get out of doing that, though? What do we?
Okay, so how deep you want to go?
I'm just saying, if it is a true genocide going on, what does America get out of that?
What we get out of this is that we are part of the lost tribes of Israel, and we want to bring on the end of days, the third temple, biblical prophecies, and it's going to be a war between the pagans and the lost tribes of Israel. And then that gets into even deeper shit that we probably don't want to go into, but it gets so deep into this is all biblical shit. Okay, this is about bringing back the third temple. And it goes even deeper than that. If you go, Sam, who runs the world? And I would
girls.
tell you,
if Beyonce told me anything.
Yeah, I mean she's an occult witch, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. I mean, like, why does everyone have to kiss her ass when they beat her in an award? Hey, Beyonce's the best. I'm sorry I won. Don't kill me, Beyonce. She literally said. I
think that's true of like Taylor Swift too. Like no one can ever say a bad word about Taylor Swift.
She's also dark too. Like she's dark as shit. The whole story of Taylor. Ian Carroll's done some great breakdowns on like Taylor Swift. People broke it down. Her father was connected to the real estate crisis of 2008. He basically bought up her record label and pushed her out on everybody. Dave Grohl, the same thing. Like Dave Grohl's like, Trump can't use my music. First thing. Dave Grohl's father was Ronald Reagan's speechwriter.
Wow.
And he put all that GOP money into Nirvana. Nirvana's got some really crazy shit too with that. I mean, that's some real crazy shit.
That's interesting.
It's crazy. How all of these people that we're told to worship as cultural icons are all rich kids who were just juiced in by their parents.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me.
There's a lot of proof of that. That's 300-yard wink. Sam, Muhammad still slammed. Oh God. Oh.
They say that about almost everybody. I mean, show me a religion, show me some pedophiles. I mean, like, what's the difference between that and Vatican? What's the difference between that and what they say the Talmud? I mean, like, it's all there, dog. Once you have structure, okay, on a very large scale, there's a lot of power with that. And you want to make sure the people in power are controlled. And the best way to control that is to get them doing weird, crazy shit like jump-ins in the gangs. So that's why they do that stuff. That's why P. Diddy, that's why, Jeffrey Epstein is so powerful, because you're just allowing people to kind of feed into this fantasy or setting them up. Or tell them, if you do this, you get all this power, and then they do it, and then bang, bro, they're controlled. That's why, like, why is it on a state level we have term limits, but we don't have it in Washington, D.C.? Well, because once you control somebody, you want to keep them in there forever.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I like this comment from Herb.
Oh, dude, Wonder Bread just said the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Judaism has no agenda conquering the world the way it is. Dude, you are nuts. All these Christianity is the only one. Oh yeah, that chicken is saying crazy stuff.
Judaism has no agenda of conquering the world the way Islam is obligated to.
All of them have zealots that are up to no good. And you're delusional if you think one is the greatest and the other ones are just evil.
Are you trying to say that in like a Jewish accent?
Oh my god! Do you see the video where Trump is hugging all the Jewish retards or special needs? Sorry, I broke my own rule. I never call them the special needs. Where they was hugging all it's the greatest video you'll ever see in the world.
Let me find it.
The most rapid was propped up by the West. Yes. So Adam Colt said he's right. Basically, did you know that the first king of the House of Saud was literally a British spy installed? So what basically the British Empire controls Israel and controls Saudi Arabia. And the reason you want to control Saudi Arabia is because you're gonna find it. Here it is, dude. This is the best thing you'll ever see in your life. Here we go.
Oh,
just hugging special needs.
This is nice.
It is so nice. But dude, the edits are even better when people edit it together. We have blind people now. You have people with diabetes, chunky chicks.
Yeah, that's a disability, being overweight.
Yep.
A woman
just
playing
hugging
a guitar.
special needs, blind Jews, hugging them all. It's great.
I would pretend to be special needs just to hug Trump.
I did that to get toilet paper during the COVID. I tried to act like I was like had cerebral palsy.
Is he trying to do the guy in the front is trying to do I am not a crook.
You calling the special needs guy up front the Nixon of special needs people? Oh, it's so great.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So you always ask yourself why we produce more oil than Saudi Arabia. Why do we take Saudi Arabia's oil? Yeah. Well, because that way you control Mecca, which is the center of Islam.
Okay. See, yeah, I didn't understand that. Why wouldn't we just drill our own oil?
We do. But we use Saudis so that we can control Mecca. And then the Saudis turn around and pay hot Instagram models to drop deuces on their chest.
Hot Carl, that's called.
Give them hot Carls, dog. Mm-hmm. Cleveland Steamers.
Jinx. Oh my God. So I'm gonna have to look into all this stuff, Sam, and have you back because I need to get on your level. This seems like about 4 or 5 nights of deep dives.
Somebody asks, is oil finite? Oil replenishes itself over and over and over again. We're never running out of it. Yeah, we're never.
What a relief!
So they could jack the price up. No, it's just oil.
It's like amniotic fluid. It keeps getting made.
Yep. It's like literally like the Earth's. I think oil is God sent, and I believe the internet is God sent as well.
That's true. And these microphones and this everything here, it's from God. The
Lord.
That's why Erica's right. That's why DJT keeps saying we are sitting on liquid gold. We're sitting on liquid gold. We just have to drill, baby. Yeah, drill.
God, let's get back. I'm so old. I remember 99-cent gas. Let's go. I mean, that's what we were sold on. Oh, we're going to invade all these countries and gas will be cheap. Nope. Never happened. And they just tell you it's oil that they're going. It's not oil. It's spiritual. They're going over these countries because they have connections to hidden history. And the first thing they did in Iraq was they went into museums and sold all that shit. You know?
Wow.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Yeah.
It just seems like a lot of effort to go to hide that stuff. But it's ultimately probably about control. Well, hiding, being in control of like hidden histories.
Well, because it doesn't happen overnight. It happens over thousands and thousands of years. I mean, you know, it's just like you just look at like Have you ever talked to Tartaria on your podcast?
Not in depth, but I do follow many Tartaria accounts on Instagram.
You heard
that
about the Chicago Fair, right?
Yeah, it was buried in a flood or like a
Have you
flash
ever
flood.
seen the AI version when
No.
AI turned the pictures into like a 3D video type? Ooh, you watch that, you're like, damn, dude, we're getting lied to. We get lied to.
Right, there were previous civilizations that like built amazing shit that they had to hide or destroy.
Yeah. It's just crazy that they knocked that all down. It's just
Yeah, that
crazy to
seems
me.
like such a waste.
It really does. It really does. It is crazy to me. This is actually a good time to live stream, huh?
10:00. I like it because the baby's asleep, and sometimes I pump during these streams.
Oh,
Just
how's that
feeding.
going?
It's a whole job. It is. If I had, it's actually like being pregnant is fun because you're like, oh, this baby growing inside you and you give birth. But what they don't tell you is like if you're breastfeeding, like that's basically a whole nother year of a lot of responsibility. You're either breastfeeding or pumping basically 6 hours a day, every day.
Just milking.
Until the baby's like, I'm gonna keep going till he feels like
30?
he's done. Till he's 30 is the plan.
Just
right?
keep going, mump it. Does it
Well,
hurt the milk?
No. In the very beginning, it does hurt when you're first like figuring out breastfeeding.
Is that just so weird? This thing you put on your nipples and it's just like
the machine?
Yeah, is that just weird?
It does look it looks weird, but it feels similar to like what a baby would do. But babies are actually more efficient at getting milk out than the machine.
Yeah, nature's the best.
It is the best.
It is the best. It's the best, man. It's such a blessing.
The most fun I had so far was when I went and did the Tinfoil show a couple weeks ago, and I had to bring my pump with me, like, because I was gone for 24 hours, and I had to pump, like, every 3 hours, so I'd be done with the podcast, I'd have to go to the bathroom and pump. I'd be in, like, the airport bathrooms pumping, and I had these coolers. I had, like, a cooler full of milk. Some of the bags were opening,
Oh my God.
going through the TSA, he's opening it and then it's leaking out everywhere. He's like, "Is this?" I'm like, "It's breast milk, so I'm touching it."
Bro, my baby's mama would be milking, and one time we had somebody come over and clean, and she poured out her breast milk. I'm like, "You just got us both murdered."
Oh my God.
I'm
The
like,
whole
"You're
phrase, "Don't cry over spilt milk," you do when it's breast milk.
Yeah, I'm like, you are Mexican. You know about kids. Why did you throw that breast milk out?
Oh my God, what was it in?
It was in a bottle where the kids were sleeping. So it was right there. And I'm like, you just murdered all of us. You just murdered it.
That's the thing is like once you heat up a bottle, they have to eat it within 2 hours because then it does go bad.
Right.
And if like it's in the fridge, you're not supposed to have it in the fridge more than 5 days. But if you freeze it, it's good for 6 months or whatever.
Look at Ian Carroll crushing it on these live streams. God, do you know who Ian Carroll is?
No.
Yeah, he's this guy in conspiracy. He's like 6'7", good-looking guy.
Ooh, okay.
And he's got 77,000 people watching his live stream right now.
What is he talking about? Should we snipe him?
Epstein, yeah, can you snipe him?
Spell his
Oh,
name
he's
again?
doing
Ian
live.
Carroll?
It's so funny, dude. By the way, I told Ian Carroll to do live shows, and now he's doing live shows.
I hope he thanks you every day
Nobody
for
does.
his success.
You owe me, Ian. No, he would crush that on Twitter. He's a really good researcher. I'm starting to get into that now too. Like 90-second fucking quick hits, bang bang pow.
Bang him out.
Just bang them out. Quick digestible things.
Tell me about your special. What subjects do you cover? And
my whole thing is like I am not creative enough to make up fake stories. So I can only write stories about things that actually happened to me. So I talk about my life. I talk about having children. I talk about raising kids. I talk about, just things that I've experienced. And that's kind of, a lot of people love, crowd work, and that's great. But I think the top of the pyramid is storytelling. So it's like I remember I was doing a lot of political jokes back in the day, and then I would watch Ari doing some storytelling. I was like, that's really good. So I'm just gonna try to start telling stories on stage, and it was really clanky for a little while, and then bang, 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 and that's kind of what I like to do. I like to tell stories on stage. Everything's based on a true story at some point.
Good. I love it. Everybody check out Sam's special on YouTube right now. Don't delay.
do.
In fact, go there directly after we finish. Don't go to the bathroom.
For the love of God.
Don't get a drink. Just watch. Why is everybody getting quiet? And
why is everybody getting quiet?
Why is everybody getting quiet? It's because you said something real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. And we're battling pop comedy right now, which is fine. I think comedy is going the way of music, where there's going to be a wide range and not everything's meant for you, and you can enjoy that. And that's kind of where I think it's going.
I want to play this clip of Sunny Hostin on The View. She was forced to issue a legal note on The View that Matt Gaetz was found to have done nothing wrong after a 3-year DOJ investigation. Enjoy.
On screen. Sunny, you have a legal note. I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. How not excited she is.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. That DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought. We'll be right back.
I don't know how they live with themselves, and I don't know how she's still on the show after she called for people getting reparations. Then it turns out her family is she's descendant of slave traders, and that is just typical of Hollywood. Wow. Rich kids cosplaying freedom fighters. Rich kids trying to convince everybody that poor kids are the problem. In reality, the Unabomber was right about everything. The Unabomber was right. Rich kids don't give a shit about you. They just feel bad. They look down on you. They pity you, and they're just cosplaying people who care. In reality, they're just looking for some meaning in life because they're born into this whole thing about censoring the media. Everyone who's calling for it is a rich fuck, a rich kid fuck, born into the best hospitals, lived behind gated communities, went to the best schools, got juiced into the best colleges, got set up at the best internships and jobs, and have never felt the consequences of any of their actions until the internet came. And now when they say stupid shit, that's why they say words are violence, because to them, people calling them retards is violence, because it's the first time Sam Harris is a dumb fuck, okay? He's a dumbass who says stupid shit, and now he's calling for censorship because everyone's telling him what a fucking ass clown he is. A tiny ass clown. That's what he is. He's a retard.
If you're used to, if your dad can pay off the local cop to keep you from getting arrested, or your parents, you bought a building at your school, and so they're not going to flunk you out of something.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why they want censorship. They keep talking about misinformation. No one's been more wrong than the government, the mainstream media, and the progressive left. They've been wrong on everything. Fucking ass clowns.
You're so right. It's the rich kids.
It's always the rich kids. It's the BuzzFeed fucking momos. It's the Vice momos. It's all these rich kids cosplaying journalists when all they're doing is making fucking pie charts and just trying to convince you that rich kids who are born into a world of shit are the problems. They can all kiss my ass. Congratulations, you got membership for 30 months.
Dark Side with love. Loyal to the foil. Welcome back, Sam.
Big bucks, no whammies.
We love Sam. Everyone follow Sam right this moment on Twitter and YouTube at Sam Tripoli. If you're not listening to the Tinfoil Hat podcast, you're just behind. And he's got a slew of other podcasts as well. And you can listen to them on Rockfin, Rumble. Probably the more scandalous, deeper dives are on those platforms. But he's got a bunch of stuff here on YouTube too, of course, including his latest special, which you guys, I implore you to watch it if you like laughing and good times.
I do. I love
anything else. Any other parting words?
Thank you for having me on. Sorry if that got too serious. I got to be more funny, acting crazy, talking shit, having fun. Look at me.
I like
fun.
this. I like this comment. Chrissy is sometimes the mayor of the lowest hanging fruit city. Hey, at least I'm the mayor.
Hey, secret squirrel. If we took out Peanut, we'll come and curb stomp your ass too. Take you and all your raccoon friends and throw you in the fryer. Shut your mouth, squirrel.
My
all
dad
I'm trying to do is not say the F word. That's all I'm trying to.
Dad used to trap squirrels in a squirrel cage.
Tree rats?
Drive across town, and he said he would release them, but who knows? Maybe he took a bat to them. I'll never know because he's dead now.
I'm sorry.
This was a great show, Sam.
Anytime, all the time. You should come on my show sometime soon.
I would love to. Everybody,
let's make it happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. Oh my God. I'm just watching street fights. I love you. Thanks for having me on. Guys, go check out Why Is Everybody Getting Quiet? You can watch on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, samtripoli.com. Check out my premium content on samtripoli.com. We do dangerous there. We go deep into the things that make everybody uncomfortable, and that's it, dude. I hope to see me live. I'm going to be in Tampa Bay soon. Go to samtripoli.com. Check out my events. I have probably a new 45, so I'm very happy. I don't know why I'm in a hurry to put out a new special. I don't know why. I just feel this need to grind, but
yeah,
I'm good. I'm good.
I love it. Grinding is good. Thank you to the chat for your comments and questions. And one more last super chat from Rhinoceros. I'm glad to see Sam's journey over the years. And Chrissy is the best. Don't take shots so seriously. Amanda loves the dregs.
We do. We really do. I love you. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you guys. See you next time. Bye.